Let's talk about some guys that impressed that were kind of maybe a little under the radar. I know a guy that you said you thought looked really good was Jerome-Whitehead. Tell me a little bit about him, what you liked about him, what type of player he can be.
Yeah, so Jermaine's been around the NFL a little bit, and he did join the Browns. He did not play a ton last year for the Browns as far as a regular defensive player, but he does have connections to this front office and the group before him, and he's played in Green Bay, as you can see, and he's done some things for them when he's been asked to be there. But sometimes guys take a leap. Like it could be a guy that they've really fallen in love with his practice habits last year, fallen in love with his offseason work ethic, and I want to give him a real shot at winning a role here. He was playing out in front of the likes of Eric Murray, who they traded for from Kansas City, playing out in front of the likes of some of the rookies they just drafted. They had him as their nickel corner, playing in the slot with the first team, and then when they would bring in Terrence Mitchell and bump T.J. Carey inside, they bumped him back to play some safety too. So he was on the field a lot. Doesn't necessarily mean he's going to win a job, but it does mean that they're giving him an ample opportunity to get out there and prove himself. And we'll pay attention to that next Wednesday, the next media OTA availability.
Is he a guy that kind of you thought might get that opportunity, and with what you've seen, does he have the skill set that they would need in that role?
To be honest, I was blindsided. I did not expect to see him playing. I mean, and that's a good thing, though, because they may see something that we don't necessarily always see, as we're not privy to practice tape and privy to all of those things that they have as a coaching staff, obviously. So it's tough for me to say whether he has the skill set to do it. He hasn't really played a ton on film. I need to probably go back and watch as much of it as I possibly can. But, yeah, they seem to have faith in him, so I'm going to try to watch as much of his practice as I can. He seemed to be playing fairly well when they were running out there on Wednesday last week. So it's something to monitor. I hate that I don't have a great answer, but they at least have some faith in him to play that role. Otherwise, he wouldn't be getting that opportunity he's getting.
Another player getting the opportunity to do some good things, predominantly because Odell Beckham Jr. is not around, is Damion-Ratley, guy they drafted last year. What did you see from him? What do you like from him?
Just a good day. I think he came out of Texas A&M as more of a flat speed guy. He did not handle the nuances of route running all too well, cuts coming in and out of those breaks, how to set up his routes. But I was impressed Wednesday. He was Baker Mayfield's leading target opposite Antonio Callaway, so he's a Z. He would probably be your backup Z or give a chance to run that role. So Z is your flanker. He's going to be sort of an off-the-ball, to-the-formation strength type of player. So he would back up what would probably be Higgins or Callaway playing that role, as they all sort of bump in and out. Callaway is more of an X, which is your split end on the backside on the ball. So just a good day. Caught the football really well, ran and created a really good amount of separation. And as Jarvis Landry, Odell weren't there practicing, and Rashard Higgins was on the side with a calf injury, seemingly he took the advantage of his opportunity, and I left feeling pretty good about his chance to be the fifth or sixth wide receiver on the roster.
Another guy that is kind of intriguing, new defensive system, Genard-Avery. What do you see from him? Where do you think he might fit?
Yeah, so you can only get so much from these practices because they're not wearing full pads, and obviously, they could always be just flirting with guys at different positions, but they did not send Genard-Avery down with the linebackers. They sent him down with the edge defenders. They could rotate that where he goes all the time for individual training periods. They call those indie periods, where you're going down with your position and working on position-specific drills. So he went with the edge guys. Does that mean he's going to be a full-time edge player? No, not necessarily. He could still play linebacker some like he did last year too, but he's going to be bouncing in and out of those two roles. He was not with the second-team edge players. He came in as a third edge, but we know who he is. As a rookie, he showed he's a known quantity as a guy who can bend off the edge and get after the quarterback. His tape does not lie, as they say. So he will be bouncing around, being a Swiss Army knife for this defense, between playing the edge, getting after the quarterback on pass downs, but also being able to bump back and play Sam linebacker on occasion too. So I would expect maybe if we go next Wednesday and he's with the linebackers, I would not be surprised. He'll jump back and forth to work on his craft at both positions.